welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. Today, I wanted to take some time and talk about our nutrition options and ways for us to choose better foods. One of the first things that I like to talk about when it comes to choosing better foods is that we try not to classify foods as good or bad. There really are just foods we should spend more time eating and foods that we should spend less time eating. When we focus on our foods being things we eat more of and things we eat less of, when we eat those foods that we eat less of, it doesn't have such a negative impact on our thought process in choosing our foods. So we want to make sure that we're spending most of our time eating less processed foods. So when it comes to our options for protein, we want to think about eating foods such as chicken, beef, fish, eggs, things that we're going to get from a meat market, things that we're going to get kind of more fresh, less processed. And then with our carbohydrates, thinking about things like potatoes, steel-cut oats, quinoa, things that we can look at and see that those are whole grains. We know what those are. And then when it comes to our fats, we want to have those more healthier oils, our extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and avocados, different nuts and seeds such as chia seeds or almonds, cashews. Those are foods we want to spend more time eating. Those are kind of, we could say, our green light foods. They're a go. Whenever we need to quick grab something, they're a great option. And then we also want to think about those red light foods or foods we should spend less time eating. And those are going to be our highly processed foods. So like our fried meats, so our fried chicken, and things like that. And then, our protein bars and beef sticks, things that are a little bit more processed so that we can't really tell exactly what's in them just by looking at it. We really have to kind of look through the ingredient list to see what is in that product. And the same thing goes with our carbohydrates, our cereal bars, our crackers, soda, fruit juice, and, our fried foods like French fries and chips. And then with our fats, that's going to be things like butter, our vegetable oils. And so when we are thinking about what we want to eat, we want to focus on foods that are less processed and that are going to be more fresh. But because that's not always the most convenient option, we always want to focus on trying to make the better option. Although it's convenient to grab a candy bar, can we also just grab a package of almonds from the convenience store, something along those lines. When we're trying to look for convenience because we're in a rush or we just didn't plan that day, we want to make sure that we're picking something that is better. It doesn't always have to be the best option. And that's the same thing when it comes to changing our diet. It's not going to happen overnight, and just by going to the grocery store and buying all these whole food options doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're going to eat, because it does take time to make those foods and do all of the cooking process with it. And so we want to make sure that we do it gradually, and so that way we have the best success in changing our diet.